know, so much happening in such a short period of time.
This is gonna be an awesome recap for us to just relive it again.
That was awesome.
Y'all are wild.
Hey everybody, we are Grind Hard Plumbing Co. and we have Lacey Blair with us here.
And we're fired up to take you on a never before seen ride into the Modathon build.
Let's go!
There's just so much work that went into this Bronco. It's gonna be really cool.
This is Behind the Build. Let's get this show off the road.
Building this Bronco was an unbelievable amount of work from everyone involved. And finally, we get to break it down and show you guys how it was all possible.
Yeah, I'm so excited to kind of see the inside scoop that I wasn't there for. I think that's so cool.
Guys, we're on the first step to the Modathon journey. We have to go find us a Ford Bronco, and I found one on eBay Motors.
Oh, cool. We'll get to see it getting picked up. None of us were around for that. Weston went and got it without us.
Okay, don't run. Oh, with this going on?
Bringing back the memories already.
A spray can lid on top of the radiator.
And we're gonna see if he got it running. I don't remember.
I think he said it caught on fire.
It's one of them new external combustion engines. Dude, the other day, the air filter caught fire when it did that. And I had to take my shirt off and beat the fire out on the side of the highway. But we got it started up and drove it another 30 miles home, so it's fine.
So we've had so many questions about the Modathon. We are going to go through them as we watch this video, and here's the first one. What about a Bronco made it the perfect ride to mod?
From a personal standpoint, it's a great platform because you can just take it in so many different directions. You know, you can put massive tires under it, and it's got a good solid chassis to start with.
There's plenty of room in the engine bay for
Exactly.
what Weston wanted to do, so it was just kind of the perfect base to start with.
Drive take one, action.
I love how this is the way we're breaking in your new motor.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to look too much because I might drive off the road, but you know.
This is Weston being nervous, like you were talking about.
Yep,
It's
exactly.
very real.
Poor guy.
I bottomed out.
We bottomed it out a lot that day. It had some new weight.
Oh yeah, baby!
A little bit of axle rub there.
There we go. That might be the fuel tank.
What a beautiful place, Lacey. Have you ever been there?
I haven't. I'm pretty jealous right now.
Yeah, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
What do you think of the parking spot, Weston?
I think I parked pretty good. Am I inside the lines?
I think we're off to Idaho now.
Already ripping it right off the bat when we got there, huh?
We didn't even do anything and we jumped it like 3 times. Because we're like, we're going to take it all off anyways. If we break it, it doesn't matter.
Testing.
We don't have a jack big enough to go up high enough to get to here, but we need it this high. Plan is drive the Bronco up onto the ramps to get it most of the way up, and then use janky jack extensions to get it the last little bit.
Y'all are wild.
I was gonna say, I feel like you're gonna be laughing at us.
No, I respect that.
This is some serious jankery, even for us. Also, we got another question here. Why such a high center of gravity? Mostly for the big appearance? Well, because I had the same question, but what I didn't realize is these axles weigh so much. It's not actually that high of a center of gravity. Like, you'd have to be tilted completely over to get that thing to tip.
Yeah, and I
That
mean,
is true.
to answer the question of like why it's so high, to fit the massive tires. You know, when you have 750 horsepower of compound turbo Cummins, you got to have tires to be able to put that torque to the ground and axles to handle it.
So this is one of our 4 chassis side link mounts. As you can see, we've got our massive 1.25" Heim joints here that are the size of my hand. 3 of them are already welded. This is the last one.
There's a lot of really obscure little parts like those giant Heim joints that are hard to find, but eBay Motors has all sorts of weird little stuff like that. Or the wheels, I mean, it's all old military surplus stuff. It's not made anymore. All of that stuff is available on eBay Motors. If time wasn't a constraint, how long would a build like this normally take? I can't talk about like the entire build, but I can say that I probably would never have attempted to do what I did in less than like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, it was cool to, you know, make it happen in such a short period of time.
Definitely made it more interesting, right?
It's an experience that, you know, none of us will ever forget.
So I'm working on the steering and drive shafts. This gigantic hydraulic ram is what is going to do the steering.
When you have extremely massive tires and a lot of weight, a full hydraulic setup just gives you the power to turn those tires.
Really common with rock bouncers and buggies.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine if there's a big boulder on the outside of your tire and you have regular steering and you're pushing against it, you're just going to break something.
Yeah.
The tires.
Always such a good day on a build.
They make my truck look so small.
Yeah, for real.
All the body roll.
Oh, this is where I first seen it.
You excited to work on this thing, Lacey?
It sounds so good. I was so shocked at how large it was.
I think then if you could see where you were going, it would be way less scary.
Yeah, probably.
But that would also kind of make it less fun.
I think so,
true.
yeah.
See, no point
You
in
couldn't see
Colorado I
anything.
was scared, but here I was legitimately scared. This was also my first time riding in it.
Here we go. So right now, this is what we actually see. A little bit of rock. And then we see the sky.
And this was the first time me meeting you guys, just jumping right in.
Yeah.
We just went for it.
Hey, this thing is so rowdy.
This is probably a good time to answer another question. Most intimidating terrain for the Bronco to overcome. Certainly on the Rubicon, I was the one driving there, and that really steep wall that we had to go up. That was
That was definitely a little scary.
How is the passenger vibe on
Oh,
that?
no, literally. We were straight up and down. Like
Going back down, that's going to be.
We're going down.
No, we're not going down that.
It's going to be a lot worse because the brakes are not as good as the power.
So yeah, unfortunately, I mean, at the Rubicon, we didn't have time to do the whole trail. We just did a small portion of it to test the Bronco, and that went really well. But we really need to get all of us back there and tackle the whole trail.
We definitely need to.
Oh, sweet! Now we get to see your part.
I'm excited to relive it.
All right, y'all. Part 3 of the Modathon starts now. We are back in Texas, inside my shop, and we're getting ready to tear into the Bronco. This kind of gives us a good idea of how much space we're going to have with the racing seats.
Looks pretty roomy back there without the seat.
Yeah.
All right, so last night we got all the suspension out. We're getting prepped for powder coat. This is our first time dealing with military wheels. Would not really want to do it again, but it's okay.
I bet that was a lot of work.
I was going to say, I think that one of the hardest parts for me was lugging around those huge axles and wheels.
I was thinking about that as I would, while I was building it, because I knew that you had to take it all apart, paint it, and put it back together again.
The rear bumper just got here today, and the only way we could find an aftermarket bumper that matched the style we're going for with the front one, it came in a kit that we have to weld together. It's going okay. I've never claimed to be a welder, so let's just keep that on record. But I'm having fun, so.
Oh, this is one of my favorite parts of the Bronco.
How do you get a grill like that?
I wanted the front end to be a little more custom, so I got with my friends over at Overkill Fab, sent them the eBay Motors logo, all of the dimensions and everything, and they made this for us, and then I powder coated it to match.
Did you make any mistakes or have any problems?
We definitely realized on this grill, once we got it on, I'm like, wait, how are we going to open the hood again? You know what I mean? Can you imagine if the Bronco would catch on fire or something, we couldn't get the hood open? So we just kind of rigged up that little latch, and that was one of the things that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, so it looks like they have all the rigid lights in stock that we need.
All those eBay Motors boxes.
Oh yeah, the lights are awesome.
Ooh, I like that shot.
And I was able to find the spare tire and spare wheel that I was afraid I wouldn't be able to find because you guys only had the set of 4 and I had to get the spare.
Yeah. All right, one more question. If we could go back and do something different on the build, what would it be? Let's start with you, Lacey.
If we had more time, I would really like to paint the Bronco rather than wrap it, even though I know it's just going to get, messed up off-roading, but I think that would have been cool.
For me, the only thing I would have done differently is schedule an extra day at the Rubicon.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, this was a great time.
This was the most fun.
The thing is, imagine how much the suspension is flexing out right now to go over all that.
That's still one of the coolest things.
Oh yeah, that's a good shot.
I'll be honest, it's been pretty much a cakewalk right up to this point. Not so sure.
I really thought the body damage was going to be way worse on that. It was fine. The roof tent kind of saved it.
It was the camper. Yeah, I was gonna say it was the roof tent that really saved us.
Yeah, Weston, why don't you hop in with me?
You want me to go with you?
Yes, let's go. This can be the fun part.
All right, we're getting ready to fly through here.
He told me he wanted to be cremated.
The thing is also... Wait, what?
This was one of the gnarlier parts.
scared
Oh yeah, I
Weston.
bet. I really wasn't sure if you guys were getting out of this one.
We're wedged in it.
We're giving it hell.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Weston was seriously scared at this point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
you
looked
can see it on his
scared.
face.
Look
It's like,
at
oh
that
no.
face.
Don't roll over on me now. That's a
It's
long...
about to get real topsy-turvy.
Look at that flex, so cool.
We're cranking.
Let's go.
We're cranking.
There we go. Hey, this thing's getting tippy.
I don't think I realized the severity of this situation.
Looks a little sketchy, but that's pretty sketchy.
Is that
Nice.
Then, of course, Ethan jumps right on top
Yeah.
of it. That was so cool. Nice to relive it
Yeah,
all.
I'm glad we got to relive it with you.
And that is that, y'all. That's all we have for Behind the Builds. All of you watching, now that you've seen a little bit more of the behind the scenes on how we did it, you know how you can make your own trail beast with parts and accessories from eBay Motors.
Oh yeah.
It was a blast.
So y'all make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you on the trails. Let's ride.
Let's ride.